Okay, now this is number 3 from the goldfish problem. It says, my siblings also love goldfish. Mom says that she thinks we go through about 700 to 800 ounces a year in goldfish. Assume that this is a correct estimate and pick a number of ounces in that range that my family might go through. How much will we save per year on goldfish by always buying the big box versus the other 2 products? Show your reasoning below. So I made 3 more ratio tables, one for the bag, one for the box, and one for the big box. Now it says to pick a number of ounces in that range, and we're going to be comparing the big box versus the other 2 products, which is the bag and the box. So we're figuring out how much we're going to save. Yeah, how much will we save? How much will we save per year? So picking a number, I'm going to just pick 750 ounces. I'm going to write it over here. Can you see that? Yeah. 750 ounces is the number I pick because it told me just to pick a number of ounces in that range. So now the information that I already know is that the bag costs $2 for 6 ounces. The box costs $5 for 9 ounces, and the big box costs $7 for 30 ounces. So it's always a good idea to make a ratio table if you're comparing, well, for one thing, or if you're comparing 3 things, or if you're comparing 2 things, and you can always see it really easily with a ratio table. So now I have to turn 6 ounces into 750 ounces, 9 ounces, I have to turn them all into 750 ounces. So I'm going to put the 750 right there. And then we're going to find out how much it costs for 750 ounces. So there's a couple different ways you could do this. You can first find out how much it costs for 1 ounce and then multiply by 750. Or you can find out what you multiply 6 by to get to 750, and then you multiply the 2 by that and get whatever that number is. The way that I find kids figuring it out most of the time is by figuring out how much it costs for 1 ounce and then multiplying by 750. So I'll do it that way first, and then maybe I'll make another video of doing it the other way. So if I were to figure out how much it costs for 1 ounce. So there's 6 ounces, so if I turn that into a 1, how did I get from 6 to 1? Well, remember with ratios we're using multiplication and division, because that's how you make equivalent ratios, is by dividing or by multiplying. And so 6 divided by 6 is 1. So we'll have to divide the 2 by 6. So 2, make sure you're still, okay. 2 divided by 6. 6 goes into 2 0 times. You can put a decimal there. That is 0. 6 goes into 20. 3 times 6, 18. Subtract, get again, get a 20 again. Looks like it's going to be, I'm going to keep getting 3. So basically 33 cents. 0.33. Alright, and then we do the same thing for the others. 1 ounce cost, so 9 turned into 1 by dividing by 9. So we'll do the same thing with the 5, divide by 9. 5 divided by 9. Remember, first number in the box. 9 goes into 5 0 times. The decimal, add a 0. 9 goes into 55 times. 9 times 5 is 45. Oh look, it's going to do the same thing as the other one. Add another 0, bring it down, going into 50 again, 5 times. It's going to keep repeating the 5, just over and over and over again. Bring it down again, another 5. Uh, Alrighty, so that one is 55 cents per ounce. And then this one, this would be divided by 30. 30 divided by 30 equals 1, so 7 divided by 30. You always have to do the same thing to the top as we do to the bottom when we're trying to find equivalent fractions or ratios. 7 divided by 30. 30 goes into 70 0 times. Add the decimal. 30 goes into 70 twice. 60. And then 10, add a 0, you always have to bring down before you divide again. 30 goes into 100 3 times. Oh my gosh, it's going to do the same thing again. 90, got 10, bring down the 0, 3. So it's going to be 20.23 repeating. So this would be 23 cents an ounce. So same information we already knew. We already knew that this one was the cheapest. Alright, so now we have to figure out how much it costs for 750. So 1 times 750 is 750. So now we have to multiply 0.33 by 750. I'm going to get a Post-it, stick it right here, so I don't have any more room really. Maybe I'll get 2 so you can't see what's underneath. I don't really like it when you guys erase your work so that you have room for other work. I'd rather you get a piece of scratch paper because it really helps you figure out if there was a mistake, and it helps me figure out what's going on in your head when I can see the work that you do. So please don't erase your work, even if you don't want me to see it. I'll never judge you, I promise. Okay, so 0.33 times 750. Alright, 750 times 0.33. So I am just going to pretend like the decimal isn't there for right now. And I'm just going to do this the traditional way, and then maybe for the next one I'll do it the way with the expanded form. So 3 times 0, 0, 3 times 5 is 15, carry the 1. 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 is 22, 0. You could skip this part if you already know how to multiply. And then add it, put the 0, since we're doing the tens place now. 3 times 0 is 0, which is going to be the same thing, because it's a 3 again. Add them up. And then I have 2 decimal places all together from the end, so 1, 2, it's going to go right there. So the bag for 750 ounces costs $247.50. Whew, barely any room. Okay, so this one, again, I have to multiply this by 750. 750 times 0.55. I'm going to do this way with expanded form. I've shown some of you this in small group. So this is, remember expanded form, it's 700 plus 50 plus 0 times 50 plus 5. And then you have to multiply them all out. So I'm just going to forget about the 0 because I'm just going to get zeros if I multiply by 0. So I'm going to multiply the 700 times 50 and the 700 times the 5, 50 times the 50 and the 50 times the 5. Because with multiplication, you have to multiply all the parts of this number by all the parts of this number. That's just how it works. And 700 times 50, so 7 times 5 you can just do, and that's 35. And then you add on all the zeros, so 1, 2, 3. And then 700 times 5, we're adding these. 700 times 5, so 35 again. And then there's 2 zeros. And then we have 50 times 5, so 5 times 5 is 25. and we add 1, 2 zeros, and then 50 times 5, 5 times 5 is 25, and then there's 1 0, and then we add all of these up. I always say only add 2 at a time. Make sure you're lining up your place values. You always start by lining up on this side. I know this way takes longer, but it shows more of what's going on with multiplication. Multiplying everything by everything. Okay, so I got that one and that one. $9, $10, $11, and plus $250. Okay, and then you still have to put the decimal in the right place, so we still have 1, 2 decimal places. 1, 2 decimal places. So $412.50 for 750 ounces for that one. Sounds quite a bit more expensive than the first one. And then this last one. So again, multiplying this dollar amount by 750, because that's how we got from 1 to 750, was by multiplying by 750. So I'm going to do it the traditional way again, just for the sake of making this video not extremely long. 3 times 0 is 0, 3 times 5 is 15, carry the 1, 3 times 7 is 21, plus 1 is 22. Put the 0 right there, because I'm multiplying in my tens place now. 2 times 0, 0, 2 times 5 is 10, carry the 1, 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15, 0, 5, 2, 7, 1. Same amount of decimal places, 1, 2. They're all with 50 cents. That's interesting. Okay, so that one is 172.50, so $172.50. So now I know how much it will cost per year for us to buy goldfish with a bag, with a box, and a big box. It's clearly the cheapest, which we already knew that was going to happen, because we knew that that was the cheapest for the big box. So it says, how much will we save per year by always buying the big box? So now we're comparing the prices, and we're finding the difference between the prices, because it's asking us how much will we save per year. So we know with the big box, it's $172.50, and with the regular box, it's $412.50, and with the bag, it's for $247.50. Alright, so when we're trying to find the difference and how much we save, we want to find out, like, how much more does this cost than this? How much more does this cost than this? So we're going to use subtraction. So if you subtract, we would do, big number always goes on top. I'm going to do the bag first. Minus 172.50, because basically we're saying, okay, 172 plus how much extra money would it be to get to 247.50? So this would be 0, 0. 7 minus 2 is 5. 4 minus 7, we have to regroup there and turn that into a 14, so 75. $75 savings if you buy the big box versus the bag. And now we want to figure out the savings that we would have from buying the big box versus the regular box. So big number always on top, subtraction. Well, I'm not going to do the dollar sign. I didn't do it the last time. Minus, so 172 plus how much extra money would it cost to buy the regular box instead of the big box. It's like the fact family, like I was talking about before with the other part of the problem. You know, 172.5 plus question mark equals 412.50. Anyway, okay, so 0, 0, 2 plus 2 is, I'm sorry, we are not adding. 2 minus 2 is 0, and then we have to regroup because that 1 is smaller than 7, and turn that into 11. 11 minus 7 is 4, and 3 minus 1 is 2. So, $240 savings if you buy the big box versus the box. And it says show your reasoning below. So, well, I think the ratio table is a pretty good way of showing my reasoning, because I'm showing that 750 ounces costs these certain amounts. And then I'm also writing, I have a $75 savings, and I did the subtraction, and I'm showing all of this work. So when it's asking you to show your reasoning, most likely you should be showing something that says, okay, I did the work. I didn't just say, oh, this is going to be better, I know, because it's a better deal. It's actually asking you, how much will you save? So you have to do all that work, and it's a pretty long problem, and that was probably a pretty long video. You're welcome.